All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth, with Ben Jokes. Now, a few hours ago, a discussion began on X about the rate at which young Nigerians are fleeing this country. We've had this exodus since the APC got into office, but between March 2023 till this very moment, the figures have been ridiculous. And of course, that was the reason former governor of Lagos State, Raji Fashola, cried out 3 days ago, asking Nigerian youths to stop fleeing in their thousands, that they should sit back and fix the country. But how can young people stop living? Apart from the collapse of the economy, the human rights abuse in Nigeria is at a ridiculously fatal level under the APC, under the TINUBU administration. Not too long ago, a video began making the rounds of how a major general and some other soldiers beat up a young man and his wife for overtaking them while driving in town. The young man was beaten and he was bleeding on his face. They beat his wife, embarrassed them. It was not a good sight to behold at all. Why wouldn't anyone who has the opportunity to live want to leave this sort of place? And hours ago, the Inspector General of Police made a declaration that seeks to cripple the young people of this country. Anything that brings liberation and justice to young Nigerians is hated by the Nigerian police. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that update from the Inspector General of Police, another terrible piece of information dropped out of Aso Rock. And if we had 100 young people leaving this country per time, after this update, the number will increase to 500. Before I show you details of that unfortunate information coming out of Aso Rock and the statement from the Inspector General of Police, let me quickly show you these videos. In the first video here, Daniel Bwala was being interviewed after he took an appointment from TINUBU and he looked like a complete fool. The same man who said, even if you give TINUBU 30 years, nothing will work. The same man who said, I left APC because I did not want to be a spokesman for a Muslim ticket. Now he is working for the APC. And in this interview, he was asked about his hypocrisy and he looked the complete fool that he is. See the video.
From decadence. So the question I'm asking now is whether or not you believe in the presidency of today, because I mean, and that's why I started my conversation with you, asking that you are a Christian minority from Borno State.
Yes, sir.
And you once said the reason why you stopped believing or supporting Bwala Tinubu is because of the Muslim ticket.
Yeah.
And as your philosophy about the Muslim ticket, because nothing seems to have changed. Has it changed now?
Are you having what we call father time? You have asked me this question before. We trashed it here.
No, we need to trash it because you have now taken up the responsibility to officially speak for the president.
So for your training.
And for the, yeah. I mean, I can speak for what my training and for what my industry deserve and the Nigerian people deserve. It would be at the service to the average Nigerian person if you are not able to clear when you are in now your official capacity. At Daniel Bwala, we had a conversation about your ideology and philosophy to wanted to support Bwala Tinubu now. But now that you are taking an official responsibility, you have to also clear the air and lift up the burden that you have placed upon yourself.
What kind of,
and now the question, I mean, you have said that the reason why you stopped supporting President Tinubu is because of the Muslim ticket.
And when I made a decision to support him and you asked me the question, which I have cleared.
So now so you can now work with a Muslim man that took a Muslim.
When I made a decision to support him, which I have been supporting him from January till this time, what was I doing? The only difference between then and now is the official tag.
You can be supporting someone, but working with them is another kettle of fish.
I've never believed that if you have the capacity to support someone, you will not see the need to.
You told me on our last interview at that time that you have a love and affection for Bwala Tinubu as a person, but you disbelieve in the stand of the APC of a Muslim ticket. So the question is that it's still the Muslim ticket. Your man from Kashim Shettima, who is the VP, is from Borno State. President Bwala Tinubu is a Muslim, and they've not denounced their religion. Have you denounced yours?
You know why I'm smiling? This is what I do for a living as a lawyer, where we cross-examine people. You change style, but you ask the same question which you have asked me in January and I've answered. So my reply to this will be asked and answered.
No, it has not been answered as of this moment.
Then recall it on your TV whether I have answered or not.
No, the question is that we are in the moment. Your status at the time and now are totally different.
So my response
do you still believe that a man, a vice president, and a president who are both Muslim of the same religion have the moral standing to run a country?
I adopt what I said before as my argument, and I rely on it.
Are you running away or dodging away from answering the question?
No, you see, you have the infrastructure, you have TV, you have the same way you use that time in recalling past. Recall that question you asked and how I answered it.
You heard that. Very shameless human, Daniel Bwala. And his hypocrisy speaks volume of the TINUBU regime itself. Just a bunch of clowns gathered together, having a nice time. And this also proves that many Nigerians are not really interested in seeing this country work. They are just hanging around, waiting for their own turn to devour the treasury. And Koto here says, how does one defend Nigeria to the outside world that Nigerians are not all criminals, people without integrity, dishonest, arrogantly loud, etc.? Like how? That was what I had running through my mind watching this. And Kayode Tunde here says, Channels TV has simply wasted the viewers' precious time featuring Daniel Bwala. High time we realize the guy stands for nothing but self, seeking where the bread is best buttered. Them get price. He is not alone, but one day monkey go market, go return. And Yinka Jones here says, watching this Bwala guy is a total waste of time and data. This guy is a cheap liar, knows nothing about integrity, utterly and hopelessly shameless. The Bible rightly puts it, whose God is their belly. That is it. Bwala is just a fool, and this might be the last time I'll put up his video on this channel. Now, the next video here is from the presidential candidate of the SDP in the 2023 elections, Chief Adewale Adebayo. He is from Ondo State, and he was on ground for the just concluded Ondo State gubernatorial elections. Please enjoy his take on the elections, which is sad and funny at the same time. See the video.
Basically, we're not even talking in terms of free and fair now. We're talking in terms of legal and illegal. Because what took place is criminality. Because you are not allowed to buy or sell votes. So essentially, what happened was massive vote buying and vote selling. That's where I have problems. There are minor issues like INEC officials not coming on time, not having the regular problems that you found with INEC.
Logistical problem.
Logistical problem. In fact, they had to come to my compound to borrow a table for them to use and things like that. So that we can overlook, not coming on time. But it went peacefully, but the vote buying was not hidden at all. It was well known. It will remind you, if you have attended a church bazaar before, a church harvest, where you just offer money. It was open. And even the media just decided to ignore it for I don't know why, because it was staring them in the face. And even common people, when interviewed, will casually tell you, oh, it was a nice election, I sold my vote and I got my money.
Yes, I actually heard one person saying that.
Yes, so it was, and that's the part that I find most unfortunate, and it makes the whole exercise illegal. Not just because the election is lost and won, but because it is not right. You are the party in power. If you want to make vote buying legitimate, you have enough members in the National Assembly to amend the Electoral Act and say you can sell and buy votes, and we can list votes as part of the commodities on the stock exchange. So then you know that if I want to run an election, I get shareholders, I raise funds, then we go and do a bazaar. But this bizarre thing that they are doing is just not right.
You heard that. The APC is snatching away the soul of this country. They are destroying everything that this country has taken several decades to build. Whether Nigerians are going to forever sit back and watch this country die completely in the hands of the APC, or whether they are ever going to rise to save it, is left to be seen. Now, let us look at those two updates that have become the major talking points in the Nigerian political media space. First, it was the Inspector General of Police who made a declaration that seeks to enslave the youths of this country. And next is that heartbreaking update coming out of Aso Rock. Let's start by taking the statement from the IG of Police. Now, we all know how powerful social media has been in bringing justice and to a large extent liberating Nigerian youths that are oppressed. Now the IG of Police, seeing the power of social media, is now asking young people to stop using it to publicize cases. They should go through the police complaint channels, the channels that will suppress them and even kill them without anybody knowing. Look at how the papers reported it. We appeal to the public not to resort to social media when reporting the conduct of police officers, but rather use the police complaints response unit. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has urged the Nigerians to refrain from using social media to report the conduct of police officers and instead direct such complaints to the Police Complaints Response Unit. Speaking at the PPRO's Police Communication Experts Conference in Asaba, Delta State on Monday, the IG emphasized that the use of social media to address grievances often leads to misinformation and undermines the integrity of the police force. We appeal to the public not to resort to social media when reporting the conduct of police officers, but rather use the Police Complaints Response Unit, Egbetokun said, stressing that such platforms provide a more structured and accountable process for addressing complaints. He acknowledged the role social media plays in shaping public opinion, but warned that unverified information could create false perceptions. The IGP highlighted the importance of promoting transparency and accountability within the police force and noted that the police consider the media a critical partner in this effort. I don't know whether to laugh or cry at this thing that this man wrote, because this is deliberate ignorance. You know that your organization is evil, you are full of evil people, and social media has been exposing all this evil. Then you are coming to tell us not to use social media. You think you are talking to goats or what? The only platform that people have to expose you, you say they should shelve it. You are saying that police is committed to transparency. That is blasphemy. There is nothing transparent about the Nigerian police. These are a bunch of criminals. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take a few tweet reactions. Ben Nwa here says, meanwhile, other countries are using body camera. You are here discouraging the citizens from using their phones to capture police irregularities. To Fiakwa, there was a country. I'm telling you, they should come through police complaints unit so that you'll be able to cover it up and even turn the case against those who are complaining. And a little kindness here says, big lie. Social media is the only option for the common man. That is it. And Adeolu here says, they are trying to silence you. If you witness their bad behavior, video it and share it on social media to show the world how corrupt the Nigerian police is. That is it. And Ijesha man here says, na lie. It will die a natural death if we don't make it public. The police stinks to the high heavens. And Frank here says, a complete disgrace to humanity. That's what the Nigerian police is. And this tweet here by Abu Ojima says, that is the only place we can do that. The only reason you are against it is because the entire world will see the police practices in Nigeria in its real nature and form. Already the Nigerian police has been dubbed the worst in the world. And now the IG is confirming it. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that evil speech by the Inspector General of Police, that very unfortunate update came out from Aso Rock. TINUBU, his cabinet, and National Assembly members are about to wrap what is left of this country up. Look at how the papers reported this. Breaking: TINUBU seeks approval for fresh 1.77 trillion naira loan. Bwala TINUBU has asked the National Assembly to approve fresh 1.767 trillion external borrowing plan in support of the 2024 budget. Tinubu conveyed his request in a letter written to Senate President Godswill AKPABIO and Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas. The presiding officers read the letter during plenary on Tuesday. Tinubu said if approved, the loan will be used to partly finance the 9.7 trillion naira deficit in the 2024 budget. He said his request, which has been approved by the Federal Executive Council, aligns with Section 21, subsection 1 and 27, subsection 1 of the Debt Management Office Act. On the utilization of funds, Tinubu said it will support key projects in priority sectors, including power, transport, agriculture, and defense. He said the proceeds will also bolster external reserves through deposits into the Central Bank of Nigeria's accounts, thereby stabilizing the Naira. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria revealed that the federal government spent $3.58 billion servicing its foreign debt in the first 9 months of 2024. This figure marks a 39.77% rise from the $2.56 billion spent in the same period in 2023. Wow, you heard that. Another 1.77 trillion naira loan on the way. Of course, National Assembly is going to approve it immediately because their own share is included. And the CBN revealed that we have spent $3.5 billion servicing foreign debts. We spent $3.5 billion servicing foreign debts in the first 9 months of this year, 2024. And that meant a 39.7% increase in the money spent on debt servicing compared to 2023. Yet, Tinubu is borrowing more. This man has surpassed Buhari in every aspect. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here by Daily Justice says, the final collapse of the contraption is imminent. Damn, those who call Nigeria a contraption, what can you say about that? Can you argue with them? It's only in a zoo, in a jungle, that this kind of things will be going on and nobody is standing up to challenge it. What sort of nonsense is this? And this tweet here by Femi says, Obasanjo's administration got debt forgiveness. Tinubu's administration is plunging our nation into more debts. Well, Sunday Dare is opening his mouth to blame Obasanjo's administration, but the worst Obasanjo's administration is better than the best Tinubu's administration. That is it. Femi is weighing in on the debate, on the back and forth between the Tinubu regime and Obasanjo there. And Folaranmi here says, another loan with Nigeria already burdened by unsustainable debt. This move raises serious concerns. How will this 1.77 trillion naira loan benefit the average Nigerian? And where is the accountability for previous borrowings? The focus should be on fiscal discipline, not deepening the debt burden. These ones don't have any focus. Their focus is on their pockets, and that is what we are trying to let every Nigerian know. You are still writing big grammar. They don't care about grammar. They are there to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And this tweet here says, this guy will surely finish this country with loan here and there. No wonder they keep persisting about tax reforms. Everything is for their own pockets. And then I remember when, this is where you see the whole confusion in this regime. I remember when the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, said, and the Punch newspaper reported that Nigeria must stop borrowing to fund budget. He said in the National Assembly that borrowing was the last, that it doesn't make sense, it's not sustainable. But look at what Tinubu is doing now. And this tweet here by Dan Musba says, this one now the one where your unborn pikin go pay after the one where we don't they pay now. The sad part is that they are looting all these monies for themselves. It is high time the youth stand up to this modern day slavery. And Olayiwaju Dayo says minimum wage has not been paid. Major roads and express ways are not fixed. The APC don't care about you. This is what we keep telling Nigerians, and this is what we will keep saying to see if it is ever going to sink into the heads of people, especially young people in this country. over 57% of the population. Young Nigerians, vibrant, hardworking, but all our efforts have been rendered useless by this evil political class. And how do we call them evil if we also play a part in this evil? We play a part in vote buying, we play a part in thuggery, some of us play a part in defending them online. All these things are not good for the future of this country and consequently for the future of you and I. And that is why I keep saying that Nigerians must keep sentiments aside and unite so that they can take their country back, because that is the only way to save this sinking ship. Few years from now, I don't think we are going to have a country under the APC unless something is done drastically and soon. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away. Don't go.